Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. In today's video, I have so much I'm tackling. I'm starting by taking down all of my Easter and spring decor from around the house and packing it away. Then I'm heading into our hallway. We use this kind of like a mudroom, and I'm doing a big clean out. It's finally warming up, so I'll be putting away all the winter coats, hats, and gloves. Then I'm moving the shoe bench and rug so I can deep clean the floors and baseboards, and I'll finally be adding some rug grippers to keep the rug from bunching up. I'll also be picking up and cleaning the entire main level of our home after that, including the dining room, kitchen, and living room. I'll be vacuuming and mopping all the floors to really get everything fresh and reset. I hope today's video gives you tons of cleaning motivation. I've also added timestamps throughout the video so you can see how much I got done and how long each task took. I thought that would be fun to see. This was all filmed on a Tuesday, and it was a busy but super productive day, so let's jump right in. First, I'm just grabbing my bins from my garage that hold all my Easter and spring decor. I was wearing my son's Crocs, and I'm kind of sad I can fit in his shoe size now. He's 11, and I think by next year he's going to be taller than me already. I am only 5'2" though. First, I'm just going to go around my house and collect all my Easter and spring decor. I'll just throw it in a pile, then go through it after I'm done with that. My question is, when do you take your spring and Easter decor down? The majority of my decor is Easter related, so I decided to take that down, and I thought I might as well just take my spring decor down at the same time. My husband bought me these tulips at Target. They are one of my favorite flowers, and I was really sad when they started dying. My husband and his mom drove down to Texas to pick up his grandma on a Friday. They left at 3 a.m. and then they got back at like midnight the next day. It was such a long drive. She stayed with us for a week, and it was such a wonderful visit. On the way home that next Friday, they drove to Oklahoma, so it wasn't as far, but he was still gone that whole Friday. So he gave me tulips just as a thank you for staying home with the 3 kids those 2 days. I thought that was so thoughtful, but he was the one that did the tough job. So a funny story about my 7-year-old daughter. She always wants slime, but I never buy it for her. But the night before Easter, she asked me if I was the Easter Bunny, which is sad for some reason. She even asked about Santa, and I feel like she asked about the Tooth Fairy. For their Easter baskets, there was some Play-Doh in the dollar section that got put in their baskets, and somehow it was slime. I did not even realize that. So she said the next morning, my mom can't be the Easter Bunny because she would have never given us slime. But within 5 minutes, it got on the table runner, my toddler's hair, and the carpet. So that is why I don't like slime. I started all my holiday stuff in the washer. I just like to wash it before I pack it all up, and I emptied out my son's clothes from the dryer. Now I'm just going to keep collecting any Easter decor from around the house. My kids' rooms are a little bit of a mess. We started a chore chart that I want to share at some point, but their job with their rooms is to tidy up their rooms at the end of the night. Usually they'll do it after bath and showers. Now I'm ready to just go through all the Easter stuff. I'm going to trash a few things. I usually save the Easter grass, but I've had it for a few years now, so I think next year I will buy some more. I'm going to wrap some breakables in some packing paper. I have some random tissue paper I used to use, and it doesn't work that well, so I'm going to get rid of that. Later, I show wrapping some of this up in the honeycomb paper. I don't know if you've heard of that, but I really struggle with it. You basically pull the paper to give it that honeycomb look and wrap your breakables in that, but I'll show you in a minute. I am not a fan. I like just this packing paper better. Back to the laundry room. I'm doing so much laundry in today's video, but I checked the table runner and the slime picked up a little bit, but there's still some on it. Honestly, I probably should have washed it on its own, but thankfully it didn't get on anything else. I think if I sprayed it again and let it sit for a while, it might come out. Otherwise, it's just a $5 Target Bullseye find. I like to buy things not too pricey for that reason. I'm moving on to our hallway. This is right off the kitchen and it's kind of used as a mudroom. With all these coats and shoes, it looks like 20 people live here, not 5. We're in full spring mode over here. I live in the Midwest, so you never know. It could still snow even, but I think we're good. I am going to get all of our winter coats, winter gear, and put those away. I decided to wash those first also. My 7-year-old daughter's coat is so dirty. It looks like she just rolls around in dirt. I don't know, but I love this spray. I'm totally the OxyClean. It really works well to get stains out. I use it constantly. Now I'm going to work on the shoes. I'm going to put the ones that are used most often on the bench, then the ones that they've outgrown or ones they just don't wear as often, like dressy sandals, will go in their room, get boxed away, things like that. We have a coat closet in here also, so that's really nice. I keep their winter gear like gloves, hats, in a basket on the bench since we would use it every day for school, but I am going to put it up in our closet. I found this shoe bench on Amazon and it was an amazing find. This hallway is pretty narrow, so I needed a narrow bench, especially so I can open up that closet door. This just fit perfectly and fits quite a few shoes as well. I'll leave a link for it down in my description box if you are looking for something like that. I rarely move this to clean it, so I was kind of scared to see how bad it would be, and it really wasn't bad at all. There was just a few things. There was a Band-Aid, which is kind of gross. I'm going to move our rug. I don't do this very often, and I am going to clean the floor. I'm also going to wash the walls down with the coats and backpacks. It looked pretty gross. I don't think I've ever done this since we moved in like 4 years ago, but there was a few scuffs on the wall that did not come off. So if anybody has tips for getting scuffs off, I don't want to take the paint off, so let me know. I'm doing the baseboards also. I found this damp duster sponge. I think that's what it's called, unless I'm just making it up. You just run it under water first, then you can start cleaning the baseboards. You can use it for other spaces that are dusty too. When I first got it, I was kind of unsure about it because you can just use a washcloth, but honestly, I really like it for the baseboards. It's just the perfect size and it really picks up a lot of dust. Also, to clean it off, you just run it under water and all of it just washes away, so I do recommend it. I'll have a link for all my cleaning supplies down in my description box. I'm going to wash the floors before I put the rug back. I have the Tenco wet dry vacuum. This thing is awesome. It does a better job than I actually thought it was going to do. It vacuums everything up, but it also washes the floor, and the cleaning solution that comes with it smells so good. I love this rug. I bought it for my entryway and it didn't work out, but it fit perfectly in my hallway. On the far side of the rug, kind of where the bench sits on top of it, you can see it's kind of folded up and it bothers me all the time. So I bought these rug grippers like 2 years ago. Actually, it looks like it was almost 4 years ago. That's insane. I've put it off for that long. It has a rug side and a floor side. You just peel the paper back and place it on the rug. It even says in the description anti-curl corner, so I think this will be great. I didn't look at that picture beforehand, so I only put one in the corner instead of two, but I noticed right in the middle it was lifted up a little bit, so I put one there and added one more on the other corner. I've had this on my rug for a week now. I'm just finally getting to editing and it has worked so well. I'm really happy that I finally did this. The Easter things are done in the dryer, so now I can just put the rest of my Easter decor away. My daughter loves to be involved, especially the 3-year-old age. They just love to be little helpers. This is the honeycomb paper wrapping that I was talking about, and as you can see, I kind of struggle to pull it apart. One time I did it too hard and it just ripped the whole thing, so I kind of struggle with it. My husband is helping with some of the dishes and a few things around the house. The house is just getting to be a mess as I'm putting away Easter decor and cleaning out this hallway. This should be the last of the laundry. I'm putting jackets and coats in the dryer, and then I still need to wash my jacket and my husband's. I took a break and my family and I had dinner. As I was picking up all this stuff, like I said, the rest of the house just got to be a disaster, so now I am going to hopefully provide some cleaning motivation for you as I do at the main level. This room acts as our dining room / toy room. I'm going to get the table cleaned off, then I'm just going to tidy up the rest of this room, get some of the toys put away. I'd really like to get chairs that do not have cloth on them. It's just so hard to clean, especially with kids. I was thinking about getting solid black chairs. I feel like it would match with this table. Wayfair has quite a few good ones, so I might do that. We have toys underneath this little buffet table as well. These are mainly my 3-year-old's toys. We do have some bigger toys down in the basement, like we have a Barbie dream house and a kitchen set. So for our family, how we handle cleaning at night, with a family of 5, it gets bad so quickly. I don't know if anybody else's house is like that, but it's insane how quickly it just gets out of control. What we started doing, which has helped so much, is at the end of the night, typically after dinner or when my 3-year-old is in bed, my 2 big kids and my husband and I will each take a room. We call that our zone, and that person is in charge of the room. I actually found this idea years ago from Jordan Page, and it works so great for our family. My husband and I usually trade off with the kitchen though, since the dishes and all that can still be a little bit tricky for them. Tonight, however, I am doing it so I can have some good cleaning motivation content for my YouTube channel. The rest of the days, my family helps me with our zones cleanup. Our air fryer gets so dirty and it's kind of hard to clean, but the best product is the Dawn Power Wash. That just really cuts through food, grease, things like that. I also like to use it with the Scrub Daddy sponges. These get a lot of hype and for good reason. Now that I'm finally done with the dishes, and my husband had even helped out with some of the ones from earlier in the day, but I am just going to go around and pick up all the clutter that's on the counters, tables, things like that. My husband has a gigantic thing of coffee. I really want a cute little coffee area, maybe right there. If anybody has ideas, let me know. I need to get on like TikTok or Instagram to get some ideas. This countertop always gets clutter on top of it, so it always feels good to have it cleared off. I'm almost done with the kitchen clean, then I'm going to move on to our living room. We have a smaller table in here. We'll sometimes eat breakfast or lunch in here, and my kids also like to do crafts on the table. More laundry that I forgot about. These towels got thrown in with the Easter things, so I'm going to fold it and put it away really quickly. Vacuuming is by far my favorite cleaning task. It just pulls the whole thing together and looks so good once it's done. Also, I like the stick vacuum for things like my kitchen or my hallway, but for carpet, this vacuum is amazing. It just picks up so much of pet hair, and I can tell it just really gets into the carpet, so I like it a lot. My shelves are looking a little bare. Please help me with inspiration. What would you put on these shelves? I just struggle. I want it to have kind of a sentimental touch to it, but also look nice. We have kind of this awkward space behind our couch. I wish I could think of something neat to do here, but we do have my dog's kennel that takes up part of it. Here's all of the jackets out of the dryer. I'm going to sort these by winter coats that will be going in the coat closet, by coats that are too small, and the spring jackets that I want to leave out. I'm ready to get the hallway put back together. It was funny, my son walked around the corner and he was just like, wow, because it looked so much better. My 3-year-old got Crocs for Easter, and they are just too cute. I'm getting so close to being done. The floors were needing cleaned, so I'm going to do that really quickly, and I'll show you some final videos. I have this mat in my kitchen. It's really helpful for standing and doing dishes. It helps my feet so much, but it's not cute. So I don't know. I kind of want a different rug. What do you guys have in your kitchen? that is it for today's video. I hope you found some motivation and enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I would also love if you subscribed. I have so many cleaning videos coming up that I can't wait to share.